That's what they're going to be saying in Iraq soon, I suppose. President Bush saying, yeah, Iraq is just like Vietnam. He's going to give a speech today at the VFW, the president is, saying how, hey, this is just like Vietnam. I can't think of a worse strategy.
Dangerous naivete.
Nothing works in Baghdad. December 8th of 2005. McCain believes that the U.S. and the cause of the Iraqi independence are moving forward in Iraq a little bit at a time. And here's a direct quote from McCain. I think the situation on the ground is going to improve. Overall, I think a year from now, we will have made a fair amount of progress if we stay the course. So what the Democrats should do is they should take all those quotes and shove it right down their, let's say, throat. Okay? But they should shove it somewhere up those Republicans' orifices. Turns out the road to victory to Iraq is through Norway. Oslo, Norway. We should attack Norway. Now, I'm playing. At this point, Lieberman is such a warmonger you'd believe it, but the reality is, no, he wants to attack Syria. Okay, now I think you're being totally unreasonable. They have tremendous oil in Kazakhstan, and we want a piece of that action. Because that's like libel calling somebody a Republican these days, right? The U.S. military, according to the Associated Press, is looking to reduce its role in Iraq. Devastating internal report from the CIA saying, we blew it. We blew it big time. The search is speaking for itself, the results. 500 dead in a bombing a couple of days ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We just got that from TMZ headquarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you got him. Just calm down. Okay. Ben Mankiewicz has left the building. But not in that way. He'll never be allowed back on the show, so sad day. Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Man. They got him. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, they got him. And what this tells you is with all the money and all the lawyers in the world, if he agrees to sit in jail for a year and a half, that means they had him. They had him dead to rights. China has banned reincarnation without a government permission.
I was going to say, you need permission, though.
Yeah, I feel so good about that. Appreciate that. Have you ever seen an Asian homeless guy? I want to go grab him by the collar and be like, go run something. What's the matter with you? Program something.
Use your math knowledge.
Yeah, you can get some change if you know.
So his Asianness...
If you fix my computer, yeah.
His Asianness hurt him in your eyes.
Hurricane Dean is up to a Category 5, and it's headed towards Mexico. Bam, you got to the point. Tucker Carlson sitting there telling me, oh, well, I'm just skeptical when the president says it. Really, bitch? Because I haven't seen you be very skeptical about the president at all. And you're a poor has-been. And in fact, not even has-been. You never were. Your ratings sucked on CNN. They suck on MSNBC. You've never represented anyone in your age group or in any age group.
You can't run your own house. You certainly can't run the White House. Can't do it.
The real fight is here. As Whitney Houston would say, it's not right, but it's okay. We're going to make it anyway. Okay. If I say, hey, listen, dude, grab a drink downstairs, at the bar, wherever you are, go to McDonald's, get yourself a little, Big Mac or something, and I'll pound your wife. Okay, here's my definition of swinging. You sit downstairs while I go fuck your wife upstairs. Socially unacceptable women. Nicole Richie went to jail. She was supposed to serve 4 days. It's her second DUI. And I don't know this. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. I almost want to take calls on it. Is 2 DUIs no big deal in America? Not on my watch, man. Back up, okay? Not in this day and age, my brother.
Dick Cheney and George Bush have 4 DWIs between them, even before they got into the White House.
You know what? That is an awesome point. You know how you never see any protesters around President Bush? Well, that's not an accident, because they had a plan. A rally squad will go around him, encircle him, and start putting up the pro-Bush signs.
I see.
And start chanting, USA, 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 because you can't argue with the USA chant, right? Ben Mankiewicz could, but other people can't.
They want to get us out of Iraq, but they can't wait to get us into Darfur.
Is it possible for the man to be any more blatantly racist? Does this man have no capacity for compassion?
Black folks can't get them to go into New Orleans.
Let alone Darfur.
That's a great point.
Oh, that's a great point. So how's it going? He's like, disastrously.